Hi YouTube, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video. So I will be discussing about society's attitudes and beliefs about disability. So, people look at disability as a bad thing, like my blindness. Well, so when people see that I'm blind or visually impaired, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry that you're blind. I'm sorry that you're like this. I'm sick of all that pity. And people think that disability is something that needs to be pitied. And, for example, like people will feel bad if you're in a wheelchair, for example. And when a blind or a visually impaired person lives independently or cooks for themselves or works, we're seen as inspirational. Or when we go out by ourselves, people are like, oh, you're so brave to be doing this. I don't know how you do it. We just do it. We just do it. I'm on the autism spectrum, for example. It took me years to accept my diagnosis. And I did a video about my autism diagnosis. And people have made an assumption that I have no normal life or no social life. And it's wrong. Sure, I tend to fixate on things like math, physics, music, etc. And, my brain is just wired differently than a neurotypical person's, but I just function like everyone else, right? And my autism doesn't affect me as much as my visual impairment because my autism is just very mild. What I find annoying about my autism is that I can tell if something has been in wrapped in plastic or in a Ziploc bag. Like I'll tend to puke. And when food is in the Tupperware container for a while and I taste and I eat it, I'll puke because I find that plastic taste goes into the food for me, and it's kind of strange. That's the only thing I don't like about being on the autism spectrum. So I've had that issue since I was like in grade 2, grade 3, as far as back. And this is something that I'll never be able to grow out of. I can't help it. But I guess, the autism spectrum, it came in handy when I was a teenager because I didn't give a crap about peer pressure or what others were into or what was popular. I just didn't care about that. I just cared about finishing school, going to university, getting a job, and staying away from trouble and all that stuff. Please don't think of us as inspirational because we have a disability. We're just normal people. So please treat us like normal people. We're not your pets. We're not children. Well, adults with disabilities are not children, so treat us like adults. Please don't just talk about our disability because we get so tired of people always asking about our disability. And I believe that you should ask about our interests, our hobbies, and what we like to do before our disability. When you trip over someone's cane like my cane, please apologize. Don't be rude to us. Like an old man at a bar, he was like, watch your step, blind man. And I just told him, excuse me, sir. That's very rude. I want to be treated just like everyone else. But at the same time, please understand our disability and what's best to accommodate us. Every person with a disability is unique, so don't think that all of us are one way or the other. Like no two blind or visually impaired persons are alike. Right? We are normal people. We go to work. We go to school. We live by ourselves, or we still live at home. We do all these normal day things. We take the bus. There are people with disabilities that drive. You know, people like Stevie Wonder and Terry Kelly should not be looked at just for their blindness. They're talented musicians. I love Stevie Wonder's tenor voice. I love his beautiful tenor voice. And as a tenor, I love the other tenors out there. And Terry Kelly's really good too. And you know, like when I was at the C9B, they're playing Terry Kelly, and I was like, who is this person? Right? And we need to normalize disability. We need to stop thinking of disability as an exception. Like, we're not exceptional people. We are normal human beings. Anyways, stay tuned for another video. Catch you guys later. Bye.